what else is going to be new in renewables moving forward? What can we expect to see in the next couple of years that'll be changed from the past?
Look, I think it's all about the sort of smart integration piece. I think is where there's a lot of focus. As I said, as renewables go from a small little niche player in the energy system to a much bigger part of the energy system, then how do we sort of integrate the technology? What are the control systems that allow solar and batteries to feed into the grid? How do virtual power plants work most effectively? What's the regulatory environment? How does the technology sort of communicate to each other and out to the grid? And probably most importantly, how does the end customer get the right level of control and have the system work as best as it can for them, whether that's financially or environmentally, and also for the system. So I think tying all of that together is kind of, where the big focus is. We know we've got the technology, we know customers want it, we know the grid can handle, and we'll have to handle a lot more of this technology in the future, and really bringing all that together, regulation, technology, customer, all of that together, I think is really where there's going to be a big focus over the coming years. It's pretty interesting and exciting. As I mentioned, I started off my career in IT, and I left IT because it was, I didn't find it that interesting, but it's almost like IT sort of followed me back around, and we're sort of now, it's about digitizing, it's about, machine learning, artificial intelligence. This is where I think the really interesting and smart work's going on in the energy transition at the moment.
Yeah, it's the IoT, isn't it? That's the Internet of Things, I think. Yeah, it's interesting. I was reading an article the other day, and they mentioned that there's now, I don't know how they classify this, but they said there's now more than 100 billion devices connected to the Internet of Things, which is just incredible. And I guess renewables plays a massive part in that space, among other things, like you mentioned, automation for manufacturing and medical, and even tracking now. Everyone's got either a smartwatch or a Fitbit, or tracking your heart rate and everything else. So it's definitely an interesting space.
Yeah, I mean, it's really exciting, and I mean, I guess the exciting thing for me is I think it will unlock a whole new wave of sort of customers, a whole new wave of demand and use of renewable technology and energy storage, and it'll allow us to really work through those old sort of ideas about the system can only handle whatever 20% renewables at a moment in time. And I think this sort of these concepts and these technologies can just allow us to smash right through some of those old limitations, and open us up to go to 100% or 200% renewables in Australia into the future. And it's pretty exciting.